Hi there, ke nna Boipelo Mosehla. It is I, B with a double I. I'm a radio presenter at UJFM and I'm an MC and events host as well. And my advice for you today is to always remember that for as long as the sun comes up in the morning, it's always a chance for you to start afresh. Anything you couldn't do yesterday, do it today. Be a better person and continue to strive for greatness. Much love. Having like a young ritual before I do stuff. You know that thing where like actors prep that and like just get myself into that.
Of like, when you say ritual, it sounds so weird. I'm thinking other stuff.
It sounds like cult. Some cult what?
Yeah.
No, none of that.
Well, like what do you mean when you're saying ritual though?
No, you know how like people prep before like going on stage or before like getting onto set or whatever. And there's this thing that they do like in front of a mirror.
Oh yeah.
Where they'll like, get themselves into the
I'm trying to lock in. Okay.
Yes.
I actually don't have that actually.
That's what I was saying. I need to get one.
Your producer will be like, mute. You'll bring in the ad break there, Okay, cool. Thank you so much for coming on the episode. By the way, that was so relaxed.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to be here.
That's pretty amazing,
Yeah.
Boipelo, please just introduce yourself. I think there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unpack. I'm just like, where do I even start? Like your bio is so, like it's so long. I don't even know. It's like, should I start with the radio? Should I start with the MC? Because I mean, like you're cooking everywhere. Like, girl.
Hey man, we gotta chase our passions.
Yeah.
We gotta try to chase out the bag as well. And hope that in the midst of putting in the hard work, we'll get the fruits of the work that we put in. So hey man, you gotta try everywhere. Open the door. If it closes in your face, it's fine. Open another one.
Like literally the journey doesn't have to stop. Like and once like what that one door closes and you're like, nah, life has defeated me. Like literally. Yeah. Just brief me about who you are and literally thank you so much for coming on the safe space. And I think we were talking about, the people, the presenters at UJFM are just like, oh my goodness, literally after so I don't know, I think this was gonna probably like take forever if we didn't literally schedule today. But thank you so much for coming, and I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna continue saying that again. Just brief me who you are, what type of person are you besides the radio? Because I feel like your story is so like the testimony, girl.
There's a lot, For me, it feels like I never know exactly how to answer the question.
Yeah.
When I'm asked, tell me about yourself. It's like when you just met a new man, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are getting to know each other. And then he asks that weird question, tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what do I say? I like pizza.
Let me just send you a PDF once.
What do I say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's still sometimes a very difficult question to answer. Yeah. But I'd like to say that firstly, I'm Boipelo, right? B with a double I. But I'm Boipelo Mosehla before I'm B with a double I.
Okay.
A daughter, a sister, an aunt, generally a very nice person. I'd like to assume that anyone who's experienced me as a person, they'll be like...
I felt it when you're just coming in. I was like...
Being so nice, because like that's who I am. I'm a lover of life. I'm a lover of people. And I am a firm believer that we are who we are through others. And if you don't pour into others, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's a lot of what I stand for. But like growing up, my background, I'm from Ennerdale, the south of Johannesburg. if you know Ennerdale, people call it deplasing, but it's not really a plus. But they say that because it's so far and it's far away from everything, and not much goes on in Ennerdale. People are not really as ambitious. We do have those ones who are like want to fight beyond the odds, but like generally not that much, and it's like just a little small area, small town type of thing. Lived my whole life there. I've been a Joburg girlie. I was born in Joburg, in Indonesia, grew up in Joburg, but only actually went to the pit of Joburg when I got to university. So yes, I schooled in Ennerdale throughout my schooling years. And it always felt like because of the environment that you're in, you don't know unless you know. You got what I mean?
You have to find out.
Yes. Like you have to find out. You don't know that you don't know until you know. Yeah. But
that sounds like a bar.
Hey, man, I need to start dropping these bars. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So it was literally one of those things where it felt like I was cornered by my environment, right? But something inside me just knew that, hey, man, girl, this can't be it. Ennerdale can't be it, man. There's something more out there. Outside, you know? Yeah. But I feel like I'm spiraling now. But yes, that's just a bit of my background. And then, of course, got to university, started exploring my passions, started exploring my talents. I realized that, hey, I'm good at speaking, Yeah. I've always known I was because I used to do debate back in high school.
Yeah.
But then on stages as like emceeing, radio and stuff like that, I only discovered it when I got to university. And then that's when I was like, hey, I'm not going to sleep on this. God planted this in me for a reason. So it needs to work.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So the funny thing is that, I don't know, a lot of people, they say, radio, I grew up in radio, like I grew up in church, like I grew up in, in radio. Like, is it like a thing? Like, what was the first introduction that, that first introduction to radio? Like, how do you feel about radio?
I love radio. I'm an absolute huge lover of radio. Growing up in a Black household, on a Sunday, they'll play Motsweding FM. And then you listen to all of the gospel artists go off there. And then Murutolo Tlaba preach and everything. But when you're listening to all of that, you don't know that this is something that could grow onto you as a person. And you'll later discover parts of yourself that actually want to get into doing it. So I'd listen to radio at home as a kid. And then when I grew older and started being more picky about what exactly I wanted to listen to, I knew exactly which stations I would put on. And one station that I love so much and I love for years is 947.
I think the funny part is, like, I'm relating to there's a time I remember I was actually laughing with my brother. I was like, 947, they're always giving away money. Like money is always like flying.
That's how they're keeping the people. They're like, come, stay, we're giving you money. So I've always loved 947, and that's where a huge part of my inspiration started. Because I was like, hey, I want to do this. I enjoy listening to it, so I want to make other people feel how this is making me feel. I want to be that person. Exactly. And then that's when later on into my university years, then I got into radio in 2021 at a community radio station, Kofifi FM. That was like the very first radio station that I've ever been on. They took a chance on me because they were having auditions, whatever. And I was like, hey, what have I got to lose? If I don't make it, I don't make it. If I make it, shout out. I went, I auditioned, I got in, it was beautiful, did it for a year. And then after a while, I felt that, no, man, you want to grow. As much as you appreciate an opportunity and you love it and it feels good and it's amazing and it's teaching you everything, you still want to grow onto a bigger scale. And then that's when I transitioned into moving into campus radio. I saw you other day, you were posting, not other day, I was actually going through your Instagram. I was like, oh, girl, she's auditioned for YFM.
I'm like, be the next, Like I've loved radio so much, and I remember there's a time that one of my friends was like, you know what, my guy, just audition for YFM. It's just like, nah, bro, I don't think radio is my vibe.
You've got nothing to lose. Like that's I stand so much for this. You've got nothing to lose from taking the chance, because if you don't make it, you put yourself out there. Somebody there has seen you. Do you get what I mean? So I personally feel that when you take a leap of faith, you're not only taking the leap of faith to get the opportunity that you are chasing. You're taking the leap of faith to allow yourself to welcome other opportunities.
Preach.
Listen, when I tell you.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what I feel. You've got nothing to lose.
Pretty interesting, I think I want to stick. I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna pin.
Funny story. Yeah. Sorry for diverting. When it comes to what I'm saying about you've got nothing to lose. Yeah. Me being at UJFM, I actually auditioned in 2022 for 2023. Right. I made it to the second round of auditions, which was great. Now I was hopeful. I was like, yes, I'm getting in. And then you know what happened? I didn't make it.
Ooh. Dropped
the ball. I didn't make it.
Yeah.
And I was shattered because I'm like, what do you mean? I'm coming from a community radio station where I know I was doing really good. And I was so sure. I was certain that there's no way that I'm not going to make it here. But I didn't, right? But did that mean that I'm not a good radio presenter? No, it didn't. It just meant that it wasn't my time. And that was okay. Because then I was seen at that moment. Yeah. I came back the next year. Because I was like, if they didn't see me last year, this year they will see me.
Yeah.
I came back. I auditioned again.
Yeah.
Made it to second round auditions. When I got to second round auditions, they remembered me from the previous year.
Oh.
And they're like, this girl was good. How did she not make it? And no one knew. But guess what? Yeah. You know where I am now? At UJFM.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason.
I think it's a matter of what I'm learning from what you just said now is patience.
Yeah.
Don't take no for maybe saying like if someone says no, access denied, doesn't matter, there's no opportunity.
Exactly.
So I'm learning from that. And I'm also trying to be open-minded. It's like, you know what, I think when the time is right, as much as I love radio, I think it's not time yet for me to be on radio, because I feel like personally to be on radio, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready, Yeah. So that's one of the things that I've learned from what you just said. It also encourages me, like, oh.
I'm glad. I'm glad. And also one thing about readiness, you'll never be ready for anything. I hate to be the one to break it to you, Shame. Man, why am I the bearer of bad news? But you will never be ready for anything. You jump in and you'll get ready in the process. Yeah. Trust God to guide you and trust your abilities. But you can never sit and say, I'm not ready. Because when will you ever be ready? When will the time ever be right? Were you ready when you started this podcast? Oh.
The funny part is that it took me about 3 years because I kept on deciding. I was like, you know what? I want to have conversation with people, but I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah.
It took me 3 years.
It took you 3 years?
I'm still processing. I'm still thinking about it. I'm not ready. It took me a whole 3 years. So when I started, thinking of, it's not, now I'm ready. I'm slowly getting ready. But now I'm making excuses. I don't have equipment. Literally, I started with my phone.
See?
So I was like, you know what? I think everything takes time and everything happens for a reason. How about I start now and see where it takes me?
100%. And look at you now. Now I'm sitting here on the KJ show, So I'm just like, you're never ready. You take the leap of faith, you start, and you just hope that everything falls into place.
Yeah.
And it does, because we're here now. See? Yeah.
I think one thing that I'm connecting with you is that, realness, kind of like authenticity, reside with you. It's a reigning thing in you. Like literally, it's a pin post.
It has to be, man. It has to be. I'm a firm believer of the quote that says, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Mm-hmm. And if you're not going to stay true to yourself, you'll constantly chase or try to be other people. Yeah. And you can't be other people because other people are themselves. If you're trying to be other people, then who are you? You know? So it's still a daily struggle for me because there's days where I'll feel like I'm not good enough. Or I'll feel like I'm inadequate. Or I'll have the self-doubt. Or do a lot of comparison. You know, we are in an industry where you are working with so much talent. And it's inevitable for you as a person to sometimes compare yourself to the next one. To like, oh my God, I think she's a better radio presenter than me.
I need to work hard.
Why is she getting all of these gigs? Why is he? What is going on? You know? So as much as it's a daily battle that you face, being rooted in who you are and understanding your capabilities, your talents, the reason why you were placed in certain spaces helps you to understand your journey better, you know, and to work on doing the things that are actually meant for you, you know? So, like I say, it's still a daily struggle. I'm not going to sit here and act like I've got it all figured out because I don't.
True.
But we live and we learn, and I'm learning to continue understanding myself a lot more in the process of growing in the industry. Yeah.
Who do you look up to in the radio industry though?
Yo, honey, I look up to be with a double I. What you mean?
Self-proclaimed.
I look up to me. I like to thank me. Okay, no, but in all honesty, yes, I do look up to myself. And I look up to myself because I see myself doing better with each day. And for me, that's enough for me to look up to me. Because I'm like, if you are a better presenter or a better host or a better whatever it is that I'm doing than I was last week, then how can I not look up to me? Because I'm proving to myself I'm someone that I look up to. And not because of the things that I do, but because of how I see myself being better with each day. And if I'm going to choose to redefine who I look up to based on progress, then I would say that I'm definitely looking up to myself. But if I had to now mention it on probably the level that you're asking me as to who I look up to, and I know it's going to sound cliche. I know it's going to sound very cliche, but when I tell you that this lady, she has been someone that I have loved since childhood and always looked up to her work, it has to be Bonang Mateba. I love her so much.
This is literally the fourth person that's saying the same thing.
Really?
On this couch.
And I think it says something. It says something about how amazing she is in everything that she does. You know, from, you know, her work to how she carries herself to her being a businesswoman, you know, to her personality. There's just so much in her that you can look up to as a human, you know? So it has to be her. I love Anelem Doda. She's absolutely phenomenal. Somebody who feels closer to home because she also started on campus radio and is now doing like big things. Has to be, I'm trying to remember her name, Zanele. She's on 5FM.
Zanele, what's her name? But yeah, it's Zanele. Yeah,
yes,
I know her.
Zanele.
She's amazing, man.
She's absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, I think those are a few people. There's more, but those are the ones that are at the tip of my tongue right now. Yeah.
Interesting. Because, you know, the thing is, when I'm actually going through your bio, I was like, you know what? Girl, you dealt with insecurities.
I did.
A confident person like you.
I did. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy how life works. And it's crazy what God can do in your life.
Yeah.
You know? Like when I was younger, I was sick. I was dealing with a lot with my skin. I was a child that grew up with eczema, right? And you know how societal standards are and how it is in school, you know, with other kids and things like that. They don't understand.
Yeah.
You know, they don't understand. And it's not easy to explain to someone that, no, listen, it's not contagious.
Don't touch me.
It's not contagious. Like don't worry. You know, like, it's just a skin condition. And I take my treatment. And you can't always do that.
Yeah, true.
So it was a thing of, I couldn't always wear the clothes I wanted to wear. You know, I couldn't always, you know, do what other kids was doing, because as much as, yes, it was a skin issue, it also affected me like in other ways as well.
It was limiting you somewhere.
It limited me, you know, somehow to a certain extent. And I only started growing out of it when I got into like high school, you know, and stuff like that. Varsity around there. I still do have eczema, actually. It can flare up at the weirdest times. You know, sometimes my skin will just be doing its thing. But for me, it became a thing of, is it about the eczema? Or is it about how you respond to the eczema? You know what I mean?
True.
Yes.
I think it has somehow, in the midst of the negative, how you respond to it, it really matters.
It does a lot. Something that I say often is that people see you how you see yourself, right? And excuse me, I don't mean this in a sense of personality-wise. I mean this in a sense of confidence-wise, how you show up. You know, if you have a disability or if you have an insecurity about yourself or whatever, people looking from the outside are going to see you based on how you choose to respond to that. If I'm going to walk around feeling that, yo, my mukaba is so big. Is everyone looking at my mukaba today? People are going to look at my mukaba.
Valid.
You get my child.
Yeah.
If I'm going to walk around being like, oh my God, my eczema is flaring up on my face now and it looks so bad.
And people don't even pay attention to that.
Exactly.
Now you're thinking about it. Now people start to look at, oh, girl.
So it's about how you show up for me. And something that has changed the trajectory of a lot of my opinions on, you know, general life things are my response to them, you know, perspective and approach. What is your approach to things? What is your perspective on them? Once you start altering that, I'm not saying it fixes the situation, but it does cushion the blow, cushions the fall. It makes it better because your outlook of it is better, you know? So that's also what helped me a lot, man. Now I feel like I'm so confident in my own right. Some people might see it as cockiness sometimes, but honestly, that's your problem.
It's not my business.
That's a you problem. That's not a me problem.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Yeah.
You know, I show up as me. I show up as B with a double I, as Boipelo, and I'm happy being me. And that's that.
That's what's up, man. I like how confident you are, man. Like, oh my goodness, why on a moon? Like, why on a moon? Like, come on.
I'm saying. If you got a problem, you're the problem.
Yeah. Like, how do you balance, you know, academics and, you know, radio and MC, like working, you know, how do you balance that?
I don't. I promise you, KJ.
Like you're being true to yourself, like
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say, so I've got a schedule. At 8 a.m. in the morning, I do this. And
You're
then
just
at
that
9,
girl.
and then by 7 p.m. I'm asleep. And then at 4 a.m. I'm jogging. I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I've figured it out, because I haven't. You know? Because it's like, just when I think I've got it, yes, I have the balance, I realize that, oh, actually, Dad, can I swear on your podcast? Is it a safe space to use Falca?
It's a safe space not to say that.
Oh, okay, sure. But just when you think you have it, and it's like, actually, no, I don't. So it's a constant process of redirecting, rediscovering, finding what works, finding what doesn't, making time for the things you need to make time for. If you can't, figuring out how you can make time for them. Yeah. You know, because especially in the industry that we work in, I can get a call today to like, yo, B, I need you to MC tomorrow. What if I had to study tomorrow? Because I'm writing an exam on Monday. Now everything needs to change. Because now it's also a question of, oh, B, what are your priorities? Is it academics? Is it your passion? Is it the goals that... So yes, as I was saying, that I don't have the balance figured out. I feel like every day is a process of me trying to find the balance. You know, especially considering what I'm studying. It's not the easiest course. BCom Economics and Econometrics. Oh, it's not a walk in the park.
It's a very tough one.
It's not a walk in the park, and our institution doesn't make it any easier either. So yeah, but it's a matter of me understanding that each part of my life equally plays an important part to me. And I need to equally make the same amount of time to everything that is important to me. And that includes my family, my parents, my siblings, my nieces, my nephew, you know, school, my studies, my emceeing, my radio, everything. We all have 24 hours in a day. If there's people who can make it work, why can't I? As difficult as it may be, you just need to take the process as it comes every day, do your best, and just try to get it done.
Like, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's talk about your show, right, on UJFM. Like, what type of show is it? Brief me with what type of conversation do you do? And yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I do weekends on UJFM. I do Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. Priceless Moment is the show. And then I do Sundays, 4 to 6. Sunday Chills is the show.
4 to 6 in the morning?
No, 4 to 6 p.m. 4 to 6 p.m. on a Sunday. So as we speak, after this, I'm rushing to my show.
My goodness.
Because it starts at 3.
Yeah. Oh, we still got a time.
Yeah. We do still have a bit of time. But yes, so the content that I do on my show, I try my best to keep it relatable to our audience, which are, you know, students, young people, and stuff like that. So I will touch on what is happening in and around Johannesburg, you know, that day. If you're feeling like going out, if you're feeling like calm, relaxed vibes, you know, give you the know-how of what is happening over there. I've got a little segment where I do Say What Now. That's the name of my feature. It's Say What Now. So Say What Now basically centers around things that are happening around that are just going to have you like, say what now? You get what I mean? Yeah. Like one of the stories that I shared on Say What Now is that they are now developing a hotel in space. And I know it's crazy. What were you about to say? When I told you that they're having a hotel in space, were you not about to be like,
I was
say
like,
what now? Exactly. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So those type of stuff. What else? I've got a segment as well called Adulting 101.
Okay.
One thing I've realized is that adulting is showing all of us flames, guys. It's showing all of us flames, and there's nobody who can confidently sit here now
and say like,
in this room.
I got it.
And say, me, I will put up my hand and say, I've got adulting in the bag, because I don't think you'd be telling the truth. And if all of us can sit here now and feel that, you know, adulting is showing us flames, I'm guaranteed that whoever that's listening on the other side of the mic, it's also showing their flames. So in this segment, we just like unpack on adulting, you know, some of the realest things, some of the dumbest things as well. Like, why aren't you washing your laundry? It's been chilling on the couch for like 2 weeks.
I'm on the couch.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, we just unpack all around that. That's my show on a Saturday. On a Sunday, it's more calm, more relaxed, you know. Our listeners choose our playlist. What do you want to listen to on a Sunday? You know, you're calm, you're relaxed. Are you requesting your Luther Vandross? You know, are you requesting your old school Beyonce's? Are you requesting your Let Us Play It For You? You got what I mean? So it's that. And then we also just like have calm chats, you know, just surrounding things that are not too, that don't require too much thinking.
you such a. I feel like you're such a real person when you just came into the studio. I'm just like, girl, the realness is connecting. Like
Thank
literally,
you.
like how do you create real conversation on your show? Like you're such a real person, bro. Like, come on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think people have this. I think, okay, let me not say people, but a lot of radio presenters have this misconception that you have to get behind the mic and then you switch up and become something else.
Oh.
Someone that you're not off the mic. You got what I mean? I've seen so many shows where, and now that I'm like in the radio industry like that, I've seen shows where you'll have a guest come into studio, right? And then you only talk to your guest when you're on air.
Oh.
When you go off air, as soon as the mics go off, everybody's on their phones.
Oh.
Or people are doing their own thing. And for me, I'm just like, are you putting up a facade? Like, are you faking for
It
when the
feels like
mic
that. goes
on? Do you get what I mean? For me, it's a thing of you need to be yourself. The conversation that I would sit and have with you now on this couch, I'm going to get behind the mic and I'm going to say that. I'm going to talk about those kind of conversations. And that's what sparks the conversation, not making it feel like it's scripted or not making it feel like this person is only talking because now the mic is on, you know? It should feel like we're out on a lunch date. We're having a beverage, with the ladies. You know what I mean?
It's more calm and relaxed.
It's more calm
Let's
and relaxed.
Let's not scriptalize live, guys. Come, please. Like.
So that's what I try to do. And again, I will put out the disclaimer to say I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect with that. Because there are times where I will over prep in my head and then say exactly what I prepped to say, and it's not flowing naturally. It does happen. But I am constantly and consistently working on making the conversation feel smooth, making it relatable, making it feel like you're chatting to a friend or like, someone that you really just get along with. Yeah. So that's what I try to do.
The funny part is I don't even know you like that. But when you just came in here, it's like, girl, I saw you last week. Like,
it feels like we've known each other forever.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Like, there's something about you, man. Like, I feel like a lot of people need to understand. A lot of people need to love, need to love, like, literally, What are you mostly looking forward to in the radio industry, academic-wise? What are you mostly looking forward to?
What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to watching my purpose unfold. Yeah. I'm a firm believer in God. And I'm also a firm believer that God planted something in me.
Yeah.
And every day I'm watching him cultivate it. And I'm also cultivating it at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's a very exciting journey and it's so interesting, even with all the ups and downs, the things that are happening, the backlogs, the things that you feel like are weighing you down, because there'll always be some of those things. But what I look most forward to is seeing more of my purpose unfolding. That being in the media industry, being a radio presenter, an MC, academic-wise, I just want to see my purpose fulfilled. And in the midst of my purpose being fulfilled, I can help others fulfill their purpose. Because I want to be lifted so I can lift others. I don't want to lift by myself. What is the point of growing and developing if you're just going to be there and you're alone, but you're not taking others with you? So yeah, I look forward to that. And honestly, and I feel like this is every campus radio presenter's dream, to make it to commercial.
And grow towards the industry as well.
Yes, and grow in the industry. It would be absolutely amazing. Academic-wise, I want to get my PhD. I've got a goal for my PhD.
Before 32.
and I'm gonna say this on a public platform, so that everyone can hold me accountable. I want to have my PhD by the time I turn 32. Okay. It's a goal of mine. If I don't reach it, don't come for me.
Disclaimer.
But when I do reach it, y'all better clap those hands.
No jealousy involved.
That's what I look forward to.
Sounds like, you're such a faith person. Like, how does faith contribute to your work, though?
One thing I've realized, the older I get, the more I realize that this is not your life, it's God's life. God gave it to you. You are just here living it.
Whatever God gives, you can also take it.
He can also take it.
Yeah.
He can also take it. I've learned so much about humility. So much about giving back to God, giving back to God's people as well, not having a big head. Because one thing, when you start having a big head, that's when God is like, this blessing could have been anybody else's. But you have it. What are you doing with it? You're misusing it. Sharp, I'll take it. Sorry, I'm so passionate, I'm even being the mic. I'll take it. And I'll give it to someone else.
You're ungrateful.
And I don't want to be that person. I believe that Christ is my Lord and Savior. And a lot of the things that I have and that I'm still going to continue to have are through my faith and through my belief in God. And everything that I do, I try my best to include the Lord in it. And again, and I will continue to say this, I'm not going to sit here and act perfect. There's days where I get mad at God. There's days where I haven't prayed for a week. There's days where I realize that, I haven't been to church in 2 weeks, But I'd like to believe that it doesn't make me any less of a believer or any less of a Christian. It makes me a Christian that is continuously growing in her faith and in her relationship with God. And the more I see it growing and cultivating, is also the more I see my life blooming. So I see how it all just comes together and makes sense. It aligns, And I also believe that hard work goes hand in hand with prayer. You can't pray and not work hard. And you can't work hard and not pray. Because that doesn't make sense. They integrate.
You have to balance.
They integrate. So yes, it's really impacted a lot of me and how I do things, and it's helped me to stay grounded as well. Knowing where my faith is and knowing that I could always go to God and to Christ. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man, for the conversation. Like, what advice do you have to the viewers? What advice do you have for them? More lifing, it could be radio and could be MC. What advice do you have?
I'm just sad we're done. I wanted to talk more. What do you mean? We're finished? Come on, ask me another question. I'm joking. The advice that I have. You've got a question? Oh, beautiful.
Interesting.
This is nice.
Okay, since you're in radio now, what is a challenge that you faced in that work field, and how did you overcome that situation?
Sure. One challenge that I've faced, and I'm going to be completely honest, I think it has to be imposter syndrome. And imposter syndrome in a sense of, when you feel like you're qualified to be in a space, but something in your heart just says, I don't know if this is where I'm supposed to be, or you feel like you don't belong there, or you're not good enough for this space, or why did they choose me? B, please come and MC this. I'm like, there's so many other MCs. Why are you calling me? You know? Or even just in the workplace, you know, feeling like there's so many people who are better than you. Maybe you shouldn't be here. Maybe I should have stayed at the community radio station. You know, maybe campus radio station is just too much pressure. You know, they're all doing so well. Our mentors are complimenting the other ones, but they're not complimenting me. What's going on? You know, imposter syndrome is a real thing. But one thing that a good friend of mine once said to me is that if ever you feel imposter syndrome in a space, you should know that that is exactly where you are meant to be. Because if you were not meant to be there, then you wouldn't be there, you know? So, yeah, I think it's learning to remind myself that you're just as great as everybody else. If not better. You know? Let's not forget that maybe I'm also better. So, yeah, it has to be the imposter syndrome. And another one, I think I've got two, is the fear of financial struggle. It's not easy to choose your passion over what you are guaranteed is going to give you an income.
Valid.
Do you get what I mean? Like once you get a job, a full-time job or whatever, you are certain that at the end of the month, I've got a solid 15K coming into my account. And this economy is crazy, you guys. Like inflation is wild. You can't survive without a stable income, you know? So when you make the choice to go into the industry and cultivate your talent there, you're going in taking a very big leap of faith because you don't know what is going to come out of it financially. Am I going to get my big break that is going to, you know, give me the financial liberation that I need? Or will I not? You don't have a guarantee. But that is why I say that you just try and you hope for the best. So I think that's also something that runs through my mind on a consistent basis, that am I working and putting all of this time and effort into what I'm doing only to still struggle financially in the end? Or what exactly is going to happen?
Yeah.
But then again, I trust God. I trust the process. I trust that he's leading me to where I'm meant to be. And wherever he's leading me to, I won't starve. You know, I will eat the fruits, literally and figuratively. So yeah, those have to be the top two struggles, the imposter syndrome and the financial questions. Yeah.
No. Can we continue again? Yo, thank you so much, man, for coming, and thank you for gracing us with your presence, man. Where can people catch you, book you? Yeah.
Sure. Where can they catch me? Where can they book me? I hadn't given my final advice yet. You asked me if there's anything I'd like to say.
Jeez, and then there was a question,
to our audience, and then a question came through.
Yeah, I think start with the question, and then you start with the socials.
Yeah, but I answered that question. The advice that I want to give is that giving up does nothing for you. Literally. Because when you choose to drop the ball, who must pick it up for you? Everybody in your life is living their own lives. Even your parents. They are also living their own lives. Your siblings are living their own lives. Once you have kids, they are living their own lives. Literally, boipelo ba gago, bo tobane le wena. And it's up to you as to what are you going to make of it? Or what are you going to do with it? The decisions that you make today influence your life 10 years from now. The decisions you make 10 years from now influence your life in your 50s. So live, but also while you're living, be cautious of how you choose to move with certain things. And don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself, because when you decide to give up on yourself, that's it. Nobody's going to decide that I'm going to live Boipelo's life for her now. It's not going to happen. You know? And I know it's cliche advice. Everybody says this. But they say it because it's true. If it wasn't true, they wouldn't say it.
Yeah, true.
You know? So, yeah. And where can they catch me? On all of my socials, you can get me at Boipelo Mosehla. So you can just search my name and my surname. That is Boipelo. My name, my surname is Mosehla, Boipelo Mosehla. Or if you're not going to search my name and surname, you can also search me as _B with a double I. That is across all of my socials. That's Instagram, that's TikTok, that's Twitter. If you're trying to book me.
Now.
Book me now. If you're trying to book me, you can literally just send me a DM on Instagram. Nothing formal. My email address is also on my Insta. mosehlaboipelo27@gmail.com. But just send me a DM or just contact me wherever. I'm literally going to see your message and I'm going to respond. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Thank you, man, for this cut.
Bye.
So yeah, if you want to be part of the KJ Real Talk and create a healthy and healing conversation, make sure you hit me up. Make sure you email me at the KJRealTalk@gmail.com. Don't hesitate to come and hear through conversation. See you on the next episode.
I also just want to say thank you so much, KJ, for having me. It's been an absolute honor being here and being invited to your podcast. I'm always happy to talk, to share my story, to share my thoughts and everything like that. And you picking me out of all of these awesome people in this world. I'm very grateful for that.
Oh, appreciate
and I had
it,
an
man.
awesome time here at the podcast. And yes, guys, go and follow KJ's podcast, the KJ Real Talk Show.
Yeah.
And just show him some love. Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much, girl, for coming.
Thank you. Bye. Yay, it's a wrap. Yay.